She thought she was texting a free legal aid clinic to save her son. She didn't know she had actually messaged the most dangerous man in Texas, and he was already on his way. The playground was empty. Connie Fisher scanned the rusted swings one more time, as if looking harder might make her son appear. He didn't. She'd watched him from the kitchen window 10 minutes ago. Red jacket, blue backpack, digging in the wood chips like he did every Tuesday after school. Now, nothing. Just the March wind pushing the swings back and forth. Back and forth. Her phone was already in her hand. Already dialing Justin's name. 6 years old, and he had his own phone because she worked from home and needed to know he was safe. It rang 4 times. Voicemail. Justin never missed her calls. Never. Connie's boots hit the playground. His backpack was there, lying in the wood chips, unzipped, his favorite action figure sticking out. Then she saw it. A white piece of paper pinned under a rock on the bench. Official letterhead. Court seal. Words that didn't make sense. Temporary emergency custody order. Granted to Diego Alvarez, biological father. The man who laughed when she told him she was pregnant 6 years ago. The man who said, "That's your problem," and disappeared. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. He's with his real family now. Don't make this harder than it needs to be for him. Before we continue, I want to ask you something. If your child disappeared without warning, would you stop at nothing to bring them home? As you listen, think about what you would do in Connie's place. And when the story ends, come back to the comments and tell me. Now, let's continue. 6 years ago, Diego Alvarez laughed. Not a kind laugh. Not nervous. Just cold. Connie was 22. Sitting across from him in his crappy apartment with peeling wallpaper and empty beer bottles on the counter. She'd just told him she was pregnant. Diego leaned back in his chair, looked at her like she'd told him a bad joke. "That's your problem," he said. "Figure it out." 3 words. That's all it took to erase 6 months together. "Diego, I'm serious. We need to talk about... We don't need to do anything." He stood up, grabbed his jacket. "You figure it out. I'm done." He blocked her number that night, moved out of his apartment 2 weeks later, vanished, like he never existed. Now, 6 years later, Connie had built something different. Small, quiet, safe. A 1-bedroom apartment in San Antonio. Not fancy, but clean. She worked from home doing medical transcription, typing doctor's notes into files. Boring work. Steady work. $2,100 a month. Not rich, but enough. Justin was in 1st grade. Smart kid. Obedient. Asked a million questions. Loved superheroes and dinosaurs and macaroni with way too much cheese. They even had a secret game called Statue, where he'd drop flat on the floor instantly, a game Connie invented because she was terrified of stray bullets in their old neighborhood. He'd never asked about his father, and Connie had never told him the truth. Until today, Diego Alvarez didn't legally exist in their lives. No child support. No custody agreement. No contact. Nothing. So when Connie held that court document in her shaking hands, none of it made sense. Temporary emergency custody order. Signed by Judge Renfro. Yesterday. She called 911. Hands trembling so bad she could barely hold the phone. An officer arrived 20 minutes later. Looked at the paperwork. Looked at her. "Ma'am, this is legitimate. If you interfere, you could be charged. That's impossible. He abandoned us. He has no rights. That's a custody dispute. You need to get a lawyer." A lawyer. Connie went home. Searched online. Called 3 firms. Every single one said the same thing. $5,000 retainer. She opened her banking app. Balance. $847. The number just sat there, mocking her. She couldn't breathe. Then she remembered. Years ago, back when she was pregnant and desperate, a legal aid clinic had given her a card. Family law hotline. Free consultation. She'd saved the number in her phone under legal help. Never used it. Never needed to. Until now. 7:13 p.m. Connie typed with shaking fingers. My son was taken by his father using court papers I never knew about. I have no money for a lawyer. Please help me. His name is Justin Fisher. He's 6 years old. He has a birthmark behind his left ear shaped like a crescent moon. I'm begging you. She hit send, stared at the screen, waiting for someone, anyone, to save her. What Connie didn't know was that the number she just texted didn't belong to a lawyer anymore. It belonged to a man who ruled San Antonio from the shadows. Marcelo Montenegro didn't attend funerals. Not because he didn't respect the dead, but because most of the bodies buried in San Antonio in the last 20 years, he'd put them there. His office sat on the 32nd floor of a glass tower downtown, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the River Walk. Tourists down there taking photos, eating overpriced tacos, living their normal lives. Up here, different world. 3 companies under his name: Montenegro Logistics, shipping containers, trucks, warehouses, all legal, all clean. Altuda Real Estate, $1 million properties, downtown condos, commercial buildings, Sentinel private security, armed guards, surveillance systems, protection contracts. On paper, Marcelo was a successful businessman. In reality, he controlled 60% of San Antonio's underground economy: drugs, weapons, information. If it moved through this city illegally, Marcelo got a cut. They called him the Sting, because by the time you realized he'd made a move, you were already bleeding. No survivors who talked. No evidence. No mistakes. He was 35 years old. Born in Spain. Came to Texas at 19 with nothing but a fake passport and a willingness to do what others wouldn't. 16 years later, he owned this city. His phone buzzed on the desk. Unknown number. Marcelo almost deleted it. Spam. Scam. Someone stupid enough to think they could reach him directly. But the preview text caught his eye. Birthmark behind his left ear shaped like a crescent moon. Marcelo stopped, set down his glass of whiskey. Read it again. That birthmark. He'd only seen it once before. 7 years ago. Diego Alvarez, his former lieutenant. Young. Hungry. Good at moving product without getting caught. Until he got greedy. Diego stole $600,000 from a cartel shipment Marcelo was transporting. $600,000 that belonged to people you don't steal from. Marcelo had 2 choices. Kill Diego. Send a message. Or exile him. Let him disappear. Keep the peace. He chose exile. Dragged Diego into a warehouse at 3 a.m. Raised his gun. You have 48 hours to leave Texas. Forever. If I ever see you again, I won't hesitate. Diego left that night. Vanished. The deal was simple. Diego keeps his life. Marcelo keeps the money. Neither one speaks of it again. And now, 7 years later, a text about a child with Diego's family birthmark. A child. Diego didn't just leave Texas. He stayed close. Built a life. Had a son. Broke every rule. Marcelo opened his contacts. Texted his tech specialist. Trace this number. Everything about the sender. 10 minutes. 8 minutes later, his phone lit up. Full report. Name: Connie Fisher. Age 28. Single mother. Medical transcriptionist. Income: $2,100 per month. Savings: $847. Address: cheap apartment complex on the south side. No criminal record. No connections. Nobody. And attached at the bottom, a surveillance photo. Grainy. Pulled from her apartment complex's parking lot cameras. Timestamp: 6,307 p.m. today. A man leading a small boy toward a black SUV. The boy's face was turned away. But the man? Marcelo zoomed in. Diego Alvarez. Older, heavier, but unmistakable. Diego was back, and he'd just made the worst mistake of his life. Connie didn't hear the knock at first. 9:47 p.m. She was pacing her tiny living room. Phone pressed against her ear. Voicemail. Again. She'd called every lawyer in San Antonio, every legal aid clinic, every family law hotline she could find online. Same answer everywhere. Police said they couldn't help without evidence Justin was in danger. Lawyers wanted $5,000 she didn't have. Nobody cared. Then a knock at the door. Not soft. Not hesitant. Commanding. Like whoever was out there knew she'd open it. Connie froze. Looked through the peephole. A man stood in the hallway. Tall. Dark coat. Expensive. Tailored in a way that didn't belong in this building. Sharp features. Black hair slicked back. Eyes that looked straight at the peephole like he knew she was watching. Not Diego. Someone worse. Miss Fisher. His voice was calm. Controlled. My name is Marcelo Montenegro. You sent me a message about your son. Connie's heart stopped. I texted a legal hotline. That number no longer belongs to them. He didn't move. Didn't blink. It belongs to me. May I come in? Her hand shook on the doorknob. She opened it. Just a crack. Chain lock still on. Up close, he was even more terrifying. Not because he looked violent, but because he looked in control. Like nothing in the world could surprise him. How did you find me? Marcelo reached into his coat. Connie stepped back. He pulled out his phone, slid it under the door gap. On the screen, surveillance footage. Her apartment complex parking lot. Timestamp, 6:34 p.m. today. Diego. Leading Justin toward a black SUV. Justin's face turned away. But it was him. She'd know that red jacket anywhere. License plate visible. Clear as day. The chain lock dropped. The door opened. Marcelo stepped inside. Didn't sit. Didn't soften. Just stood there like he owned the space. Diego Alvarez, he said. That's the father's name, correct? How do you know that? Because 7 years ago I exiled him from San Antonio with instructions never to return. Marcelo's voice didn't change. Flat. Clinical. He's broken that agreement. Connie's stomach dropped. You're not a lawyer. No. Then what are you? I'm the reason Diego had to disappear in the first place. Marcelo looked at her. Eyes like ice. Which means I'm also the only person with resources to get Justin back. Connie's breath caught. What do you want from me? Information. He said it like he was ordering coffee. Diego isn't working alone. Someone funded his return. Provided legal support. I need to know who. I don't know anything about his life. You don't need to. Marcelo stepped closer. You're going to make contact. Pretend to reconcile. And tell me everything you observe. Horror washed over her. You want me to spy on him? While he has my son? I want you to be a mother who will do anything to protect her child. Marcelo tilted his head. The method is negotiable. Connie's voice cracked. And if I say no? Marcelo walked toward the door. Stopped. Looked back. Then you fight Diego alone. With $847 in savings and no legal standing. He opened the door. Your choice, Miss Fisher. Connie didn't sleep. She sat on her couch, staring at the wall, watching the clock tick from 10 p.m. to midnight to 2 a.m. Justin's empty bedroom door stayed open, his dinosaur nightlight still glowing inside. 4:17 a.m. She grabbed her phone, typed with shaking hands. I'll do it. But I have conditions. 3 dots appeared immediately, like Marcelo had been waiting. 6 a.m. Rosie's Diner on Commerce Street. Come alone. The diner was nearly empty. Truckers. Night shift workers. People who lived in the space between yesterday and tomorrow. Marcelo sat in the back booth. Same dark coat. Same cold eyes. 2 cups of coffee already on the table. Connie slid into the seat across from him. I won't hurt anyone, she said. No greeting. No small talk. I won't carry weapons. And the moment Justin is safe, I'm done. Marcelo didn't blink. Agreed. But you follow my instructions exactly. Improvisation gets people killed. He slid a piece of paper across the table. The plan. Typed out. Step by step. Diego will expect you to fight legally, Marcelo said. Lawyers, court battles, custody hearings. So you do the opposite. You call him. You say you want to talk. For Justin's sake. Connie's stomach turned. You want me to beg the man who abandoned us? I want you to be strategic. Marcelo leaned forward. Pride won't bring Justin home. She wanted to throw the coffee in his face, but he was right. Marcelo pulled a small box from his coat. Inside, a phone. Brand new. No contacts. Just one app. Encrypted communication. Only you and me. If you need help, you open this app and type one word. Red. My team will be there in 3 minutes. He pulled out something else. A necklace. Silver chain. Small pendant shaped like a teardrop. Recording device. Wear it every time you see Diego. It picks up everything within 10 feet. Connie stared at it. This is insane. This is survival. He spent the next hour teaching her how to redirect conversations. Ask questions without sounding suspicious. What details mattered: names, locations, phone calls Diego made in front of her, how to signal danger without words. If you touch the pendant twice, fast, I'll know something's wrong. Connie's hands wouldn't stop shaking. Why do you care about this? She asked. You don't know us. Marcelo's face didn't change. Diego's return threatens my business. Helping you neutralizes that threat. It's practical. That's not the whole truth. It's the only truth that matters. First contact. Marcelo handed her the burner phone. Call him. Now. Connie's finger hovered over Diego's number. She pressed it. 3 rings. Then his voice. Hello, who is this? Hello, Diego. Connie responded. On hearing her voice, Diego smiled. Smooth. Confident. Like no time had passed. Connie, I was wondering when you'd call. Her throat tightened. I want to see Justin. Of course. Tomorrow. But we should talk first about his future. She closed her eyes. Forced the words out. Okay. Where? Luigi's. Downtown. Noon. Just you and me. The line went dead. Marcelo had heard everything. Through the encrypted connection, he looked at her. You did well. Remember, he'll test whether you're genuine. Don't overplay it. Connie stood, walked to the diner bathroom, stared at herself in the mirror. The necklace hung around her neck, cold against her skin. She didn't look like herself anymore. I don't even recognize myself, she whispered. Marcelo's voice came through the door. Calm. Certain. Good. That means you're adapting. Diego looked exactly the same. Older. Sure. A few lines around his eyes, but the same smile. The same confidence. Like abandoning your pregnant girlfriend was just a funny story he'd tell at parties. Thursday, 12:30 p.m. Luigi's restaurant downtown. White tablecloths. Chandeliers. Expensive wine list. Marcelo's choice. Cameras everywhere. Public. Safe. Diego stood when Connie walked in. Tailored suit. Navy blue. Expensive watch catching the light. Not the broke 24-year-old who'd laughed in her face 6 years ago. Connie. He smiled. Reached for her hand. You look good. Motherhood suits you. She wanted to spit in his face. Instead, she sat down. Where's Justin? Safe. Diego poured her water like they were old friends. With his grandmother. My mother. She's been wanting to meet him for years. Lie. Total lie. Diego's mother died when he was 15. He'd told Connie that himself, but she didn't call him out. Not yet. I made mistakes, Diego continued, leaning forward. Sincere eyes. I was young, scared. But I'm different now. I want to be his father. Connie's nails dug into her palms under the table, but Marcelo's voice echoed in her head. Make him believe you're tired. It's been hard, she said quietly. Doing this alone. He asks about you. Another lie. Justin never asked. But Diego didn't know that. His face softened. I can help. Financial support. Stability. But I need to know you're serious about co-parenting. Then the threat. Wrapped in kindness. I've established legal guardianship. It's temporary unless we can't come to an agreement. Translation. Cooperate or lose Justin forever. Connie forced herself to breathe. Where are you living now? Alamo Heights. Beautiful neighborhood. You and Justin should see it. What do you do for work? Logistics consultant. Diego sipped his wine. Import-export firms. International shipping. Boring stuff. In her ear. Marcelo's voice through the hidden earpiece. Alamo Heights. Cartel territory. He's working for the Gutierrez organization. Connie's heart pounded, but her face stayed calm. Diego leaned back, studying her. Why the sudden change of heart? You could have fought this in court. Here it was. The test. Connie looked at him, told the truth. Because sometimes, the truth is the best lie. Because fighting you means losing time with Justin. And he's already lost 6 years of having a father. Diego's shoulders relaxed. He believed it. I'll arrange for you to see him this weekend. He reached across the table, touched her hand. But Connie, don't make me regret trusting you. 2 blocks away, black SUV. Connie climbed in. Marcelo sat in the driver's seat. Eyes forward. He's lying about searching for you. That was a performance. I know. Connie ripped the necklace off, hands shaking. What does logistics consultant mean? It means he's running product for whoever brought him back to San Antonio. I don't care about your business war. Her voice cracked. I have to see Justin. That wasn't negotiable. You will. Marcelo finally looked at her. But first we confirm who he's working for. This is bigger than custody, Connie. My son isn't bigger than anything. He is to Diego. Marcelo started the engine. Justin isn't a son being reclaimed. He's a weapon. And if we don't figure out who's holding the trigger, you'll never get him back. The car pulled into traffic, and Connie realized something terrifying. Marcelo was right. Marcelo's intelligence network worked like clockwork. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 days of surveillance. Diego met with 2 men at a private club downtown. Expensive suits. Quiet conversation. No phones on the table. Marcelo's team got photos. Ran facial recognition. Names came back in minutes. Mateo Ruiz. Javier Santos. Lieutenants for the Gutierrez organization. The Gutierrez cartel operated out of Laredo. Drugs. Weapons. Money laundering. They'd been pushing into San Antonio for 2 years. Testing boundaries. Taking territory. And Marcelo had been pushing back. Now it all made sense. Diego wasn't just back. He was a weapon, aimed directly at Marcelo's empire. The strategy was simple. Brutal. Use Justin's custody as leverage. Force Marcelo into giving up territory. If Marcelo refused, Diego would publicize the exile story. Tell everyone that Marcelo let a thief walk away instead of killing him. Make Marcelo look weak. Soft. Destabilize his alliances. It was smart. And it was working. Monday morning, Connie sat across from Marcelo in his office. 32nd floor. Glass walls. The whole city spread out below. This was his world. Cold. Controlled. Powerful. Diego's being bankrolled by my competitors, Marcelo said. No emotion. Just facts. Justin is collateral in a business dispute. Connie's hands clenched into fists. My son isn't collateral. He's a child. To them, he's leverage. Marcelo looked at her. To me, he's a problem I'm solving. To you, he's everything. I understand the difference. Silence. Then something unexpected. Honesty. This isn't the first time someone's used family against me, Marcelo said quietly. It won't work this time either. Connie leaned forward. What happened the first time? Marcelo's jaw tightened. I learned that caring about people gives enemies a map to destroy you. I don't make that mistake anymore. Then why help me? Because Diego made this personal when he stayed in my city after I told him to leave. On Saturday, The visit. Park near downtown. Public. Safe. Diego's lawyer standing 20 feet away. Watching. Recording everything. Connie saw Justin before he saw her. Sitting on a bench. Swinging his legs. Red jacket. Blue sneakers. Then he looked up. "Mommy." He ran. Crashed into her arms so hard they both almost fell. Connie's heart shattered. She was wearing the wire. Couldn't say anything real. Couldn't scream. Couldn't cry. Couldn't tell him she was trying to bring him home. "I missed you so much, baby." She held him tight. "Are you okay? Has anyone hurt you?" "No." Justin pulled back, looked at her with those big brown eyes. "Grandma makes good food. But I want to come home." Connie's throat closed. "I know, sweetheart, I know." Diego walked over, smiling, playing the perfect father. "We're working on that, buddy. Your mom and I are figuring things out. 90 minutes. That's all she got. 90 minutes with her son." Then Diego's lawyer tapped his watch. "Time's up." Justin clung to her. "Mommy, no." "I'll see you soon, baby." "I promise." Diego took his hand, led him away. Justin kept looking back. Connie stood there, frozen, watching her son disappear. Marcelo's car. 2 blocks away. Connie climbed in and broke. Completely. Sobbing so hard she couldn't breathe. "I can't do this." Her voice cracked. "I can't pretend everything's fine while he's terrified." Marcelo's hand touched her shoulder. Gentle. Unexpected. "You're doing exactly what a mother should do. You're surviving until you can act." "When?" Connie looked at him, eyes red. "When can I act?" Marcelo started the engine. "Soon." Diego's getting confident. Confident people make mistakes. But what Marcelo didn't say, what he couldn't say, was that Diego wasn't the only one getting confident. The Gutierrez organization was making moves. And time was running out. Diego's mistake came on a Tuesday. Text message. 11 a.m. "Dinner tonight? My place. So we can really talk. Just us." Connie's stomach dropped. She forwarded it to Marcelo immediately. His response came in seconds. He's moving faster than expected. He wants something. At 6 p.m., Connie stood in Marcelo's office while his tech guy attached the new wire. Smaller. Better. Hidden inside a button on her shirt. "My team will be in the building across the street," Marcelo said. 3rd floor. Direct line of sight to Diego's apartment. What if something goes wrong? "Touch your ear twice. We'll be inside in 30 seconds. Connie's hands wouldn't stop shaking. "You can do this," Marcelo said. And for the first time, it didn't sound like a command. It sounded like he believed it. Diego's apartment was on the 18th floor. Luxury building. Doorman. Marble lobby. View of the San Antonio skyline through floor-to-ceiling windows. Expensive furniture. Leather couch. Abstract art on the walls. And photos. Photos of Justin. Already framed. Already hanging. Like he'd been planning this for months. "Connie." Diego opened the door. Smiled. "You look beautiful. Lee number 1. She looked exhausted. Terrified. Barely holding it together. But she smiled back. "Nice place. It could be yours, too." Diego poured wine. "Red. Expensive. I want us to be a family. Real co-parenting. Maybe more eventually." He handed her a glass. Sat close. Too close. "I never stopped caring about you, Connie. I was stupid. Scared. Let me make it right." Connie's scripted response. "I want to believe you. But you left us with nothing." Diego's face shifted. Serious now. "I left because I had to." He set down his glass. "I was in trouble. Owed money to dangerous people. I protected you by disappearing. Partial truth. Wrapped in lies. But I've made things right," Diego continued. "I have resources now. Connections. I can give Justin everything." "What kind of connections?" Diego paused. "Just a second. But enough. Business partners. People who understand that family comes first." In her ear, Marcelo's voice through the hidden receiver. "Gutierrez. He just confirmed it. Diego moved closer, hand on her knee. I know this is complicated, but we both want what's best for Justin, right? Connie's heart pounded, but her face stayed calm. Of course. Then Diego's real ask. I need you to trust me. There are people asking questions. About you. About us. Police. Investigators. Connie's blood went cold. What people? They think I'm involved in things I'm not. Diego's grip tightened. Just tell them we're working things out. That you trust me with Justin. Can you do that? He knew. Diego knew someone was investigating. Maybe not Marcelo specifically. But he knew. I'm filing for permanent custody next week, Diego said. Unless you and I can present a united front. Translation. Lie for me or lose your son forever. Connie stood. I need to think about this. Don't think too long. Diego walked her to the door. Time's running out, Connie. 2 blocks away. Marcelo's SUV was waiting. Connie climbed in. Ripped the wire out. He knows someone's investigating. He's going to move Justin. Marcelo's jaw clenched. Then we move first. Tonight. What does that mean? Marcelo looked at her. Eyes like steel. It means the time for gathering information is over. Now we act. He made 3 phone calls. Fast. Efficient. No wasted words. Then he turned to Connie. My team will intercept Justin's transport to Diego's safe house. You'll confront Diego at his apartment. Federal agents will be waiting outside. Federal agents. I've been building a case against the Gutierrez organization for 6 months. Diego just gave us the last piece we needed. Connie's voice shook. When? Tomorrow. 3 p.m. Diego thinks he's moving Justin at 5. We'll be there at 3. Marcelo started the engine. This ends tomorrow, Connie. One way or another. But what neither of them knew what they couldn't know was that Diego had already moved Justin. And the trap wasn't for Diego. It was for them. On Wednesday, at 11 p.m., Connie's phone buzzed. Unknown number. But she knew who it was. I know what you've been doing. You have one chance to fix this. Come alone. A second text. An address. Abandoned warehouse near Port San Antonio. Her hands shook so bad she almost dropped the phone. Marcelo grabbed it. Read the message. You're not going. He has Justin. Connie's voice cracked. I don't have a choice. This is exactly what he wants. Leverage and witnesses. Then come with me, but stay hidden. She looked at him. I have to try. Marcelo stared at her for 3 seconds, then nodded. Get in the car. The warehouse was dark. Empty parking lot. Broken windows. Graffiti on the walls. One light. Right in the center of the building. Like a spotlight. Connie's boots echoed on the concrete as she walked inside. Then she saw them. Diego. Standing under the light. Justin beside him. Diego's hand gripping his shoulder. Mommy! Justin tried to run. Diego held him back. Stay here, buddy. Mommy and I need to talk. Connie stopped 10 feet away, heart pounding so hard she thought it would explode. Diego smiled, but his eyes were furious. You think I didn't notice? He stepped forward. The questions. The way you looked at everything in my apartment. He moved closer, grabbed the necklace around Connie's neck, ripped it off, threw it on the ground, crushed it under his boot. The wire you're probably wearing right now? Connie didn't move. I gave you everything, Diego said, voice shaking. A chance to be a family. You gave me lies. Connie's voice was steel. You sold your son for money from the Gutierrez cartel. Diego's face twisted. I sold my life for that money. He screamed it. And Montenegro took it. He ruined me 7 years ago. You stole from him. He set me up. Diego was breathing hard now. Used me to find a leak in his organization. Then exiled me as punishment. Took everything I had. The truth spilled out like poison. This isn't about Justin, Diego said quietly. It's about making Montenegro pay for what he took from me. Justin started crying. Mommy, I want to go home. Diego pulled him closer. Tell Montenegro if he wants the boy unharmed, he surrenders the East Territory by midnight tomorrow. A voice came from the shadows. Calm. Cold. That's not going to happen, Diego. Marcelo stepped into the light. Diego's hand went to his jacket, pulled out a gun, pointed it towards Justin. Not touching. But close enough. I was hoping you'd come, Diego said. Saves me the trouble of hunting you. Marcelo stopped. Hands visible. No weapons. You won't shoot him. Marcelo's voice didn't change. He's your only leverage. Try me. Diego's hand shook. I've already lost everything because of you. Justin was sobbing now, terrified. Connie's mind raced. Then she remembered. The game they played at home. When she needed him to listen fast, Justin, baby. Her voice was soft, gentle. Remember the game we play? Statue? Justin looked at her through tears. Nodded. Barely. But he nodded. Connie turned to Diego. You want to hurt Marcelo? She stepped forward. Hurt me instead. I'm the one who betrayed you. Another step. Drawing Diego's attention. Drawing the gun away from Justin. Connie, don't. Marcelo's voice sharp. She ignored him. Kept walking. Diego's gun followed her. 3 feet away now. 2 feet. Connie screamed. Now! Justin dropped. Flat on the ground. A sound like thunder. Diego's gun hand exploded. Blood. Screaming. The weapon hit the concrete. Diego lunged for Justin. Connie was faster. Tackled him sideways. They crashed into the ground. Doors slammed open. Federal agents, hands up. 20 men in tactical gear flooded the warehouse. Flashlights. Guns. Shouting. Diego was screaming. This isn't over. Gutierrez won't let this go. They dragged him away. Blood trailing behind him. Connie ran to Justin. Grabbed him. Held him tight. He was shaking. Crying. But alive. Marcelo appeared beside her. Get Justin out of here. His voice was quiet. I'll handle the rest. Connie lifted Justin. Started running. Behind her, Marcelo was already talking to the federal agents. Making deals. Negotiating. Doing what he did best. Making problems disappear. But as Connie ran into the night with her son in her arms, she realized something. This wasn't over. Not by a long shot. The custody hearing lasted 17 minutes. April 2025. Judge Morrison looked at the evidence. Parental rights terminated. Permanent. Connie sat in that courtroom with Justin beside her. She didn't cry. Didn't celebrate. Just held her son's hand. It was over. Diego got 15 years. Federal prison. Trafficking. Weapons. Endangering a child. The Gutierrez organization? Dismantled. Gone. Marcelo made sure of that. Connie's life changed fast after that. Marcelo offered her a job. Real job. Legal job. Montenegro Logistics. The actual shipping company. Not the underground stuff. She worked from home. Analyzed supply chains. Found patterns in data. The same skills that helped catch Diego's lies. Now she used them for spreadsheets. $78,000 a year. Connie stared at that number for 10 minutes when she got her first paycheck. She'd never seen money like that in her life. Justin went back to school. First grade. New teacher. Fresh start. Therapy. Twice a week. Some nights he still had nightmares. Still asked if Diego was coming back. No, baby? Never. I promise. And this time? She could keep that promise. Marcelo kept his distance. Text messages every few weeks. Everything okay? Never showed up. Never pushed. Until September. Saturday afternoon. 2:47 p.m. Connie and Justin were at the park. The good one. With the new playground equipment and the soccer field. Justin was in his first season. Red jersey. Number 7. Running around like his life depended on it. Connie sat on the bench. Watching. Smiling. Then, a voice behind her. I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd see how you were doing. She didn't turn around. Didn't need to. You don't do neighborhoods, Marcelo. What are you really doing here? He sat down beside her. Dark jeans. Black shirt. No tie. Almost normal. Almost. Checking in. We're fine. I send you updates every month. I know. Silence. Justin looked over. Stopped running. Stared. Then his face lit up. He ran straight toward them. You're the man who helped Mommy find me. Marcelo stood. Awkward. Like he'd never talked to a 6-year-old before. Because he probably hadn't. That's right. How are you doing, Justin? Good. I'm playing soccer now. Wanna see? Marcelo looked at Connie. She shrugged. Sure. For 20 minutes, Marcelo Montenegro, the man who controlled half of San Antonio's underground, stood on a soccer field sideline, watching a first grader chase a ball. He clapped when Justin scored. Didn't know what else to do. Connie walked over. Stood beside him. You don't have to keep checking on us. We're okay. I know you are. Marcelo kept watching Justin. That's not why I'm here. Then why? He turned. Looked at her. Really looked at her. Because 6 months ago you did something I didn't think was possible. What? You made me believe that some things are worth more than strategy. Connie crossed her arms. What things? People who refuse to be afraid of you. People who make you want to be better than what you've built. She studied his face, looking for the lie. The angle. Found nothing. I'm not here to fix you, Marcelo, and Justin and I aren't a redemption arc. I know. He stepped closer. But maybe we could be people who understand each other. Who don't have to be alone. Justin ran over. Sweating. Smiling. Mr. Marcelo, are you staying for ice cream? Mom always gets ice cream after soccer. Connie and Marcelo's eyes met. Silent conversation. Boundaries. Rules. Conditions. One condition, Connie said quietly. You don't bring your work into our life. Justin doesn't need that world. Agreed. And you stop pretending you don't need anyone because you're terrible at it? Connie smiled. Actually smiled. Deal. They walked toward the ice cream shop, Justin between them, talking nonstop about his game, about his team, about everything. Marcelo's phone buzzed in his pocket. Business. Always business. He pulled it out, looked at the screen, then did something he'd never done in 20 years. Silenced it, put it away. Connie noticed. Said nothing. Justin grabbed both their hands. Come on. They have chocolate chip today. For the first time in forever, Connie felt something she'd stopped believing in. Safe. Not because of money, not because of power, because someone chose to stand beside her instead of above her. A wrong number became the right collision. But as they walked into that ice cream shop as Justin ordered the biggest cone they had, Connie's phone buzzed. Unknown number. She almost ignored it. Almost. The message made her blood freeze. Tell Montenegro his exile deal with Diego wasn't the only one. And some of us don't forget. MG. Connie looked up. Marcelo was watching her. He'd seen her face change. What is it? She showed him the screen. His jaw clenched. M.G. Mateo Gutierrez. The one who got away. I thought you said it was over, Connie whispered. Marcelo looked at Justin. Laughing. Happy. Safe. Then, back at Connie. Connie looked at Justin laughing. Safe. Unaware. And felt the old fear stir again. Some wars never end. They just wait. I thought you said it was over, Connie whispered. It was supposed to be. His phone buzzed again. Then 5 more times. All his security alerts going off at once. Someone was making a move. Tonight. If this story touched your heart, you're not alone. A mother's love has no limits, and Connie proved that. So, let me ask you, what would you have done in her place? Do you believe a mother's instinct never lies? Please let me know in the comments. I truly love reading them. If you enjoy stories about courage, family, and strength, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. And before you go, tell me, where are you watching from today? Thank you for being here.